Welcome along to the At the Races web preview for the Johnny Henderson Grand Annual Chase Challenge Cup. We're going to take a closer look at this race very shortly with our studio guest Paul Jones, author of the Weatherby's Cheltenham Festival Betting Guide. It is a Grade 3 handicap run over the extended 2-mile trip on Friday. Lots of horses with multiple entries to contend with at the end of the week here. We'll take a closer look at some of them now in the form guide.
Funny Star is again good over 2 out. His jumping stood up very well to this point. He has one more to take, and it appears ERICHT's measure. ERICHT is 3 to 4 lengths down. This is the final fence. Funny Star has been so good so far, searching for a stride. Just brushed through the top. ERICHT lands with a bit more momentum. Still has 2 lengths to find, but up the run in Funny Star. ERICHT now trying to put that flat speed to good use on the near side. Funny Star eventually is having to dig quite deep to repel ERICHT, but he will do so. And Funny Star it is who wins the opener for Paul Nicholls. Good round of jumping.
Now it comes down towards the final fence, and Maloney has kicked and gone a few lengths clear, and Paul Carberry getting to work on Ned Buntline with Golden Brook, and over the last Maloney lands in the lead from Ned Buntline. In third place Golden Brook as they begin the climb up towards the finish, and it's Maloney who's out in front by a couple of lengths for Andrew McNamara, and up towards the finish Maloney holding Ned Buntline by a couple of lengths. Golden Brook in third, and at the finish Maloney wins it. Second home is Ned Buntline.
As Fox Appeal then, the market leader, comes down towards the 16th and final fence with a 10-length lead. Got a bit close, but is over it safely. RAYA Star takes it in second. Mr. Mole in third, up to something over it in fourth position. But heading towards the line, Fox Appeal has won very easily. Travelled strongly in second place the most of the way. Took it up on down the side of the course and wins by many lengths. RAYA Star in second, Mr. Mole third, and up to something fourth.
So that is some of the principal contenders in the market at this stage at the time of recording. Obviously plenty of these horses are multiple entered, including the first one we're going to look at with our expert Paul Jones. ERICHT for the Nicky Henderson team, a team who very much love to have winners in this race, obviously named after his late father.
They do. I'm not sure he's going to run though. I think they might go for the novice handicap chase over 2.5 miles with him, a trip that I think will suit better, and they ran him in the same race at Kempton, that 2.5 mile race that Rajdhani Express won last year, and then won the 2.5 mile handicap chase. I think that's probably where he's going to go, but Henderson has taken a shotgun approach to this race in recent seasons, and I think he'll have a few probably headed by tanks for that. He might stick a novice in there as well. This is obviously a novice at ERICHT, and the Grand Annual was a fantastic race for novices. 4 of the last 5 winners are novices, 13 of the last 32. Unfortunately, there's no great edge on that for a punter now, because novices tend to make up about a third of the field now, as a lot of trainers recognise this and aim them at this race when they realise they can't win the Arkle, apart from Tony Martin, who's decided to move 10 field, much to my annoyance, having taken the first prize, but there we go.
Yeah. Talking of novices, the next one we're going to look at, Ned Buntline, a horse trained over in Ireland by Noel Mead. He's a horse that I was very interested in at the beginning of the season, but he has disappointed me a little bit, Paul.
I can't work out if he's weak or soft, one or the other.
He's a big horse,
maybe
isn't
a bit
he?
Yeah, I think he's clearly got an awful lot of ability, and I think he will be a very good horse in time. But at this stage of his career, he reminds me of Kid Cassidy at the same stage of his career, in that he needs everything to drop right, I think, and this might not be the race for him. He might not be man enough to do the job here. Then again, I suppose Bill Varno was another similar type who won in the same ownership in this race, yeah. But I think he's going to need the kid gloves treatment, delivered at the right time, everything to go right. If it comes to a fight, I'd want the other one. Yeah,
he travels so well, and then just you're expecting more to come from him. So that's Ned Buntline, one of the Irish contenders. We're going to look at RAYA Star and Mr. Mole in action now, and this is when finishing second and third at Ascot. Behind Fox Appeal was the winner here.
Yeah,
so
quite well beaten, aren't they?
Nicholls, yeah.
And Fox Appeal's not done an awful lot for the form on his next 2 starts. Mr. Mole, look at that high head carriage. This wouldn't be his trip. I think what he wants is a real head-banging 2-mile race, go really fast like in the Swinton. What he'll still find up the hill, who knows? Will McCoy ride him? I don't know. The betting suggests that the money's come for Ned Buntline of the JP horses. Maybe Harry Derham will claim off him here, but he definitely will improve for a fast run 2 miles in a big field, which he's not had in his 3 starts this season. Rare Star's just a good, solid horse. I'd be surprised if he was just handicapped well enough to win, though. He's shown the handicap quite a bit of his hand by finishing a close second, well, fairly close second, 5 lengths, I think it was, to Dodging Bullets.
He's 149, isn't he? Is there a cut-off? Wazard Inouye, I know, was quite highly rated.
145. You have to go back to 1992. I think it was My Young Man, ridden by Charlie Brooks, to find the last winner rated over 145.
And is previous Cheltenham form something that's important for this? Because you do get a lot of repeat runners in this
Certainly has
field.
been for the British. 7 of the last 8 British train winners had won at Cheltenham before. And obviously the Irish winner last year, Alderwood, had won at Cheltenham before as well, having won the county hurdle. Tiger Cry was another winner from Ireland who'd run well in the race before. He was second in the race before. So he also had Cheltenham form. So Cheltenham form is a big positive. So
we're inconclusive, really, on the 3 pieces of form we looked at. Are there any others that take your eye with a solid profile for the race?
I don't have a strong view on the race yet. I think Arno might be interesting if they want to run him in this race. He was the horse that went off like the clappers in the Lightning Chase, and then Valdez nabbed him quite late on. Maybe he might be more of an Arkle one for Aintree. I don't really have that strong a view.
Claret
Rupert
Cloak
Lamb,
maybe on the better
yeah,
ground.
Claret Cloak as well. I'm not sure what he actually finds. I know Rupert Lamb looks like he's been trained for this race by Willie Mullins. I think he could be a springer. So it's wide open. I don't really want to give a selection.
So we're plugging for a few bigger prices then for the final of our web previews, the Johnny Henderson Grand Annual Chase.